Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of POH Bother, my chunk-locked Ultimate Iron Man. It's been a while since I recorded this series, and that's because training agility sucks. I went from 50 agility to 70 agility, and while I do have access to the Sears course, so the chunk locking wasn't limiting me too much there, yeah, it still took me quite a while to get this level. But I did that because, like I mentioned at the end of the last episode, I wanted to complete the Underground Pass. And as you can see from my location, I'm ready to complete the Underground Pass. So I think all I need to do is walk in here and throw this doll in a well. Okay, there we go. Yep. Yeah, this quest boss is always so easy. It always looks so much more intimidating. But there's the Ivan staff, and now if I go back to the castle, I should be able to complete the quest. So let's go do that. And here should be the quest completed. So there we go, another quest down, and a pretty big one at that, because now I can use Ivan's Blast, which should be pretty nice. So there's a new plugin called Personal Currency Tracker, and I figured it might be a decent way to display how many chunk unlocks I have. So I just set it up, and I currently have 3, because I have 2 from Agility, 1 for 60, 1 for 70, and now 1 for Underground Pass. So yeah, now I have 3 chunks to roll. The second thing is, the chunk picker here has had some changes and upgrades. It should now do the little spinny wheel to show what chunks I unlock, and a few other little changes. Like, I don't even know how to use some of this stuff properly yet. Like, if I click current best in slot, it just doesn't show anything, and I don't know how to update it. But yeah. But just to start off, I think they're all just normal chunk unlocks. Pretty sure. So if I pick a chunk, it should do a little spin and show me what my new chunk is. And, oh. Okay, that is awesome. Yeah, that one shouldn't be rollable. I did say to unlock chunks you can walk to, but I'm not counting that bit of coast as the fishing platform. So, now I can actually go do Dragon Slayer. That's the last chunk I need for that. So that's an awesome way to start off the episode, because I think after Dragon Slayer, I might be able to do a few more things. Like, there might be a few other quests that need Dragon Slayer. I don't know, but it's still a pretty big quest. The next chunk I'm going to get is... So, yeah, Wilderness. Actually not terrible. So one thing I have been thinking to do, probably sometime this episode even, is I would like to actually see if I could do Lava Dragon, so having more chunks in this area wouldn't be terrible. Actually, I could now take the canoe up to Lava Dragon, so, you know, that might not be, the worst thing. And the final chunk... Okay, well, 2 wilderness chunks that don't seem too useful, but yeah, Crandor is a very big one. Since I have this unlocked, actually, because I unlocked Crandor, there might be some other chunks I was supposed to make rollable. I'll have to double check on my sheet, because there's a lot of things like, once you have access to this, you can now do this quest, which means you can now roll these chunks. I don't know, but I am really glad to have Crandor. I definitely want to get to Dragon Slayer this episode, and yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I want to get up to now. I mean, I have a pretty good agility level, and, well, actually, I did kind of mention Lava Dragons. One of the main things I really would like to get this episode is get my prayer up so I can use the protection prayers. They would have helped a bit in Underground Pass, but honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. I just tanked a lot of things with Melian that had a mithril chain body and a green D-hide chaps I was wearing just for some bonuses, and it went pretty well. And, yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what I want to get up to, but Lava Dragons, Blue Dragons, maybe even getting to Forthos Dungeon, those are all ways I was looking at for training prayer. Well, so far the only thing I've gotten up to is some AFKing. I went to Sand Crabs and AFK to use up some of the arrows I got, and then I trained a bit of strength there, and got a few levels in the process. And I decided I still want to do some AFKing, so I decided to come and do some fly fishing just to work on my fishing, and in the process, I got to 1,100 total, 50 fishing, and 50 cooking, so that's 3 more chunk unlocks. But there is one little housekeeping thing I want to go over real quick. So while fishing, I was kind of reviewing my the series and some of my goals on here, and I did a little bit of updating, so if you look at the documentation, they'll be changed. But pretty much just to go over it real quick, as I shuffled around some of the item goals. I made it so each tier is now 25 items exactly, and, you know, removed some items that really weren't that important and added in some other ones that felt like they should be there, like the skilling outfits. And I also did update my chunk unlocks, you know, the things I need to do to get chunk unlocks. And pretty much I wanted to just better pace it, because there was some stuff there that I just wasn't really happy with reflecting on the series. And a good example of this is combat achievements. I added them in because they were a new thing and they seemed like they made sense, but there just was not a good way to turn, you know, the 421 combat tasks into chunk unlocks for this series without them being either way too hard or way too easy. So I decided just to cut them. I also reduced those chunk tasks added a few episodes back from 150 down to 100, just so, you know, they're still there, they're just not going to be quite as prevalent, and a few other things, and it ended up going down from having around 615 total unlocks down to 580, which is far more in line with where I want the series to be. That's like 25% more than the max number of chunks available in the game. Anyway, so sorry for going on about that for a bit, but pretty much, yeah, I tidied things up. I hopefully made it a little easier to understand in the process. So I have to cook the salmon. And, yeah, hopefully it'll make the series a little better, or at least makes me a little happier with it. Anyway, so we have a few chunks. So here's the one for 50 fishing. So where are we going? Yeah, I wish this wheel was a little Oh! That's notable. So this unlocks Soul Wars, and as per my rules, this means I unlock the full minigame right away. And now I can start unlocking the Isle of Souls. You know, I was really surprised I actually haven't unlocked this already. So, yeah, this will definitely be nice, though. Soul Wars itself can be a pretty good activity, and there are some things there. I do have an I think a item goal, or whatever I called it, for the Cape of Souls, which is going to be quite a grind. And there are also some other things on the island of note. So now for 50 cooking. Well, so this is the downside of now having the Isle of Souls. Well, the good news is, for 1,100 total, I get to pick 2, and, okay, where are they? Oh, I think I'm probably going to pick that one, but the other one is... Oh yeah, definitely picking that one. So, I know this definitely unlocks a good bit of things. I can... Oh, I do... Well, one, I have Barbarian Assault. There's a lot of stuff there. I think this does mean I actually can get to Barbarian Fishing now, so I don't have to keep doing, you know, fly fishing here. And, it also does mean I can go to the Agility Arena. I think that means I can also do the Bar Crawl, which I think unlocks something as well. So, I don't know. I'll definitely have to look over everything, you know, this unlocks. But it definitely is a pretty big chunk unlock, and also gets me a step closer to the Lighthouse. So, yeah, I'll definitely need to look into that. Also, I'm pretty sure that would be a free unlock just for coastal reasons or, you know, water reasons. Anyway, so, yeah, but, for the time being, I'm probably just going to keep doing some AFK fishing because I need to AFK. And, yeah, then I'll probably look into what I can do with that new chunk. So it seems like at the moment, the only thing that chunk allowed me to do quest-wise was Scorpion Catcher. So if I talk to this guy here, there's Scorpion Catcher complete, which means I get one more chunk roll. And, yeah, I think there might be some other things to work towards in the future, but for now, let's see what I can get. Also, I'm considering going back to the old way of picking chunks just because this is a tad slow, and oh, this is actually pretty nice. This is actually really nice because, well, actually was holding off on doing the Easter event because I technically didn't have this side of Ferox unlocked, so I might go do that if it's still around. But the other reason this is really nice is because now I can actually get there, because I can take the Edgefield portal to Soul Wars and then to Ferox. So that would be really nice, and that's also the side you canoe in on, that's the side you teleport in. I think I could even just use the minigame teleports to get up there now to just like restore run energy and stuff. So yeah, definitely happy to have that, and I'm sure I'll do a lot with that chunk in the future. So after doing the Easter event, I decided to try doing Dragon Slayer, and I have to say, the quest was a lot easier than I was expecting. You know, with my gear and stats, Elvarg was not very tough, and yeah, I was using cake, so that's saying a lot. By speed to Oziach here, I should be able to turn in the head and complete Dragon Slayer. Woohoo! So this actually really doesn't unlock too much for me. Like, it does unlock a lot of stuff down the road. Heroes Quest is very important, and this is a requirement for that. But like, immediately, it might give me a level, but Yeah, it doesn't, no levels even. But yeah, I did check, and I don't think there's anything immediately that Dragon Slayer unlocks, aside from rune plate bodies, but I tend to use Void over rune anyway. But that does mean I have one more chunk, so if I open up the chunk picker, I can roll another chunk. And this will be my 251st chunk. Well, then again, some are just ocean chunks. And okay, this is actually really exciting. So, I mean, I'm still missing a couple chunks to get to the player-owned house portal here, but I now have the woodcutting guild itself. I can buy a rune axe in there, which will greatly speed up woodcutting training. And, yeah, I also have the sawmill in here, which should be a pretty good way to make planks. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm missing enough of Hosidius that I don't see it working out. But even if I just get this chunk, well, I guess I need this one too for the portal, but you know, it's opening up a lot more options, and I have been waiting to get this one for a while. So, yeah. As for now, I still, well, I probably need to sort out my looting bag a bit, because it's a bit of a mess. But I probably should get back to fishing. I don't know, I did keep the feathers around and rod, so I could get back to that if I wanted. Or maybe just AFKing on something. I really would like to train more combats, but I really need a three sand crab spot before I attempt it, because I just kill two too quickly with my stats and gear now. So, yeah, but I think, I'll just go train a skill somewhere. Actually, I might do woodcutting, so I can get in the woodcutting guild. I also need Hosidius favor, I forgot about that. So one thing that's been on my radar is upgrading my ring slot. Granted, now I could make a Ring of Dueling to help get to Ferox, but one thing I have been interested in getting was a Ring of Wealth. Now, I've had this crystal key in my looting bag for a while now. I forget when I got the other key at, or if I've mentioned it in previous episodes, but yeah, I would like to see if I could train my crafting a bit and make a Ring of Wealth to go in the slot. I think I need 5 levels to make it. Also, I was really hoping I might get something other than a spinach roll, but yeah. But at least I now have the Dragon Stone. I'm still doing a bit of sorting with the looting bag. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to have and what I'm going to be doing right now. But at least I have my axe out and the fishing supplies out, so I can start doing some skilling using my inventory. And, I don't know, I might see if I could do some crafting as well. So I've been working on my woodcutting, and I got to 60 for the woodcutting guild, and I also have been working on fletching, which I got to 50. What I ended up doing was I fletched a bunch of arrow shafts and got a bunch of feathers to make headless arrows. Then I bought a bunch of iron arrow tips to make iron arrows, because apparently this is a decent way to train on Ultimate Iron Man, although it did eat a lot into my cash stack, so maybe it wasn't the best idea, but, well, I should have 20k iron arrows when I'm done with this for range trading, so not the worst thing. And I did also finish the Hosidius favor. I got to the mess hall and got a little faster then. And since I got 100%, I thought I'd come over to Tithe Farm, because if I deposit here, this should get me... There we are, 41 farming. So now I have 3 chunk rolls to do. 1 for 60 wood cutting, 1 for 50 fletching, and 1 for 40 farming. So if I hop over here, and I'm still debating if I do want to remove the fancy chunk picker just to speed up these clips, because rolling chunks is a lot of the episode, and okay, that's interesting. I really would like to get down here. Yeah, I think this chunk, that would unlock Nature Spirit, which I think I might even be able to get Fairy Rings then. I don't know what other chunks that would need. Actually, let's just check real quick. Yeah, this is the last chunk I need for Fairy Rings, which would be massive for the account. So it would be really awesome to roll that. So that was the first chunk roll for woodcutting. Now the chunk for fletching. Ooh. Okay, yeah, the fishing platform is now rollable. It wasn't before, but now that I can actually get to it, that one is rollable. I don't think there's much else I can do here till I get the fishing platform, but I do have this dungeon now, which is a family crest thing. Let's see. Oh, I can do family crest. That's actually pretty notable, because now I can get the goldsmithing gauntlets. I was looking into how to train my various skills, and getting... the goldsmithing gauntlets for smithing was one of the notable ways. And the final chunk for 40 farming. Come on. Huh. Okay, this one's not very useful. Can I even get up here? I don't even know if that's a rollable one. Actually, just gonna turn that off for now, because it might be like a little bit you can walk on, but this really is not a chunk you can go to that I'm aware of. Oh no, I'll look more into that later, but yeah, I can get here through the catacombs, but I only can walk over here. If I get the shortcut, I could come down here, but like I can't get around this way, so this is not a very useful area for the time being. So, yeah, but those are 3 more chunks, and I can at least do Family Crest, or I should at least look into that now, because that might be useful. But aside from that, I think what I'm going to do is get my fishing supplies back and go work on fishing. So I emptied out my inventory and been fishing for a while, this time with the angler's outfit, and there is 60 fishing. I probably won't do too much more than this. I mainly just wanted to stay to get 60 and also to get a 61 cooking. So that's 2 more chunk unlocks. And I probably will keep fishing for a bit more just to use up these feathers and just because I need to AFK. But I've mainly been trying to plan out more things I can do. So hopefully these new chunks might unlock a few new options. So the first role is... Okay, for a second I thought it was this chunk and was kind of excited, but it's this one, which I think it is used in search, but I need to get way down there for that one. I don't think it unlocks too much, but it is not a bad chunk to be working more in this direction for stuff like swamp lizards and, you know, some of the other content over here, Dreads of Treasure. So the second chunk roll is going to be... Oh, this one's notable. Okay, I remember I actually was checking out some chunks that should be rollable or how this would work. So technically this one's rollable, and now this one is as well, because I couldn't get over to this chunk from here, because, you know, I need to get to this one. And, yeah, I did check, though. I can't get past this to roll this one. But I'm getting closer to the hunter area up here, which will be nice, mainly for stuff like Eagle's Peak, so I can finally use box traps, so I can catch Chinchampas. But, yeah, nothing too major in those unlocks. I don't know. And one of the things I did realize is this chunk should have been rollable. I think I excluded it because it's mostly Shallow Village, which I can't access. But technically, I could access this corner here. And that meant if I did unlock this chunk before this one, it would allow me to go this way to the island. So anyway, it's unlockable now. So I'll probably just stay fishing a bit longer. And I actually do want to do a few chunk tasks, because I have a bunch more of them I can do to get a couple unlocks. Also, I got a cat. And I also want to work out a few quests, because I can get closer to the RFD gloves. Since that fletching earlier drained my cash stack, I decided to come back to Ogress Warriors to try and make some more money, and yeah, it's looking a lot better now, around 240k. I also did swing by the Ham store runes, and went there and outlawed the jewelry, and managed to get myself an Amulet of Power, and this is because, well, once I'm done here, I'm gonna get rid of the Amulet of Magic. I actually just got another one while I was at Ham storerooms, and there's also 70 Magic, which is another chunk unlock. But yeah, like I was saying, I was looking at my looting bag, and ideally I would like to get rid of the Amulet of Accuracy, and the Amulet of Power is now a direct upgrade. And I also think I might get rid of the Amulet of Strength. It is better for trading on stuff like sand crabs, but I also can make one again if I need it. So I might get rid of that just to save bag space. And aside from that, one other thing I have been thinking about is the Ivan staff. I'm honestly not sure if I want to keep it, just because I can't put in the looting bag, and it only has up to 120 charges, which is not a lot. And I'm definitely not wanting to run back down to the Underground Pass on Ultimate Iron Man to recharge it. So, rather than paying 200k to expand the charges, I think it might be easier just to get rid of it for now, and then buy it back, and, you know, pay the 400k to fix it and increase charges later if I do need it. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I have Amulet of Power, and now have 70 Magic. Also did get a 37 Prayer while I was here. No, a Terramin Seed. So, yeah, but now let's roll another chunk for 70 Magic. And the chunk is Lovikend Center. I don't think this immediately unlocks anything of note. Well, I can do Architectural Alliance, but I need to get up here to start getting favor. And this chunk, I think, is the one I need for Client of Kourend, which is the other thing I'm kind of waiting on. So, not too useful right now that I can see. But it is another chunk and or another step closer, kind of, although I could have just went up this way to get favor. Either way. So I think what I'm going to do now is, I don't know, I'll probably finish out using some of these fire strikes at Ogresses and then move on to something else. After finishing up with ogresses, I decided to take the Ivan staff and go do something that I've been meaning to do for a while. So in Shazian, there's an activity called Organized Crime, and not only is this going to be a good way to get to 100% Shazian favor so I can finally get those armors, but it also drops some items that will be very useful for my account. So I'm hoping I can find some of the meetings of the bandits and get some of the items I'm after. After a few rounds of organized crime, I not only got 100% Shazian favor, but I did get the item I was after. So the reason I was interested in this is because these NPCs have a few noted drops, including noted planks. Not just oak planks, but teak and mahogany, which are the only good way I have to get these right now, because I don't have access to any teak trees, and I don't think I have any mahogany trees. And, the only other way I can get teak logs is by killing tortoises for a rare drop of unnoted teak logs. So being able to get stacks of them noted is far, far better. Now, the mahogany planks I probably will just use up and get rid of, because I don't think there's anything good I can build with them now aside from bookcases. Later on, they'll be useful for when I go for stuff like the costume room, but most mahogany stuff is either too high level or they require stuff like gold leaves that I don't have. But the teak planks are what I wanted, because now I can build the portal frames in a portal chamber. Well, I'm nearly out of law runes now, and it used up most of my cash stack, but I have now built a portal chamber, 2 of them actually, so that is another one of the account goals completed. So if you look over here, you'll see I have the first portal room with Varrock, Falador, and Varrock, Lumbridge, and Falador. And in this one, I have Artie, a portal I'm saving for future use, and Camelot. Now, I actually can't use this one because I don't have the Camelot chunk yet, which now means because I have the portal, it's rollable, but it already was rollable, so it doesn't really change much. So yeah, this is a portal I'll fill in later. And yeah, so now I can roll another chunk for that account goal, and the chunk I get is... I wish this was a little faster, but come on. Oh. I think I can do Murder Mystery now. I think this covers the entire mansions. There might be like one of the possible options over here it would miss, but otherwise I'm pretty sure I can go do that quest, which is actually very coincidental timing, because what I wanted to go do now was train crafting so I could make the Ring of Wealth, but this quest gives crafting experience, so I guess I'm going to go do this quest and then go train crafting. So I was able to complete Murder Mystery, giving me another chunk unlock, and then I worked on training crafting, using the rather slow method of buying the materials from the Brimhaven charter ship and walking all the way to this furnace. I really hope I can get Port Phasmatis, so this will be a lot faster in the future, but I decided to stop at 54 for that reason. There's a lot of faster methods in the future, so why get a level I don't have to? Because I remembered I can get a Poison Chalice, which gives me a chance to boost crafting. Oh, there we go. So if I do this, and then use the furnace here, I can make myself a Dragonstone ring. That will eventually be a Ring of Wealth when I get the Cosmic Runes out the bag. I redid this to get the Dragonstone out and forgot to hold on to the Cosmics. But yeah, that's a later problem though. For now, I want to roll the chunk for that quest, so the next chunk I'll unlock will be... Yeah, I think I probably will go back to the old chunk picker. Well, that's like one of the most dead chunks I could have gotten, but it does technically unlock, I think... Actually, I need to check. I don't know where the magic carpet here goes. That's why this is an unlockable chunk, because it does unlock a means of transportation, which counts as content in the chunk, but I can't remember where this magic carpet goes, so it might unlock this chunk if it's there. If it could go to Narda, I don't think it can, but it would unlock the Narda chunk. So I'll have to double check that on my main. But yeah, as for what I'll do now, well, aside from enchanting this, I'm actually not sure what I want to work on. So while looking for something AFK to do, I decided to just buy some feathers and try barbarian fishing, which, it's been pretty nice. I don't get the cooking experience, but I now have the mess hall for that. I almost can make the pizzas there. So just getting my fishing, as well as some little bit of strength and agility experience is pretty good. And while here, I was able to get a lamp and lamp rune crafting to 20, which gives me a chunk unlock. And now here is 70 fishing, which is another chunk unlock, and should also increase my experience here. And I probably will just AFK here a bit more. But I actually think this will be where I end off the episode with these 2 chunk unlocks, one for 20 rune crafting, one for 70 fishing. I would like to do more, but I really just need to AFK more now, and this episode's already running a little long. Oh, and I complete a diary task. So, yeah, so I have to get to stuff like lava dragons and the quests and the other stuff I talked about in the next episode. But maybe these chunks can also change my plans, because for the first chunk, I am going to get... Yeah, I also think I will probably change back the chunk picker, because this takes a while, and... Ooh, that is interesting. Okay, it's actually kind of funny, because, Menafalse did unlock the carpet down here, but the carpet is technically in this chunk, or at least you come off the carpet here, even the guy can walk there. Also, I can't get to that chunk. So I do have Polnivnic now, but I can't really do a ton there. I just can carpet there. So I think that does mean I might be able to do the feud now. Actually, let me just check right here. Can I do the feud? Yes, I can. So one thing I have actually been looking into recently is trying to get money. And one thing I was looking into is thieving, because there's a few ways like Arty Knights and even blackjacking that can make money. So it's pretty nice that now I can actually hopefully get blackjacking unlocked. I have to look in. There might be some other caveats there aside from, you know, just getting to this chunk. But it certainly should unlock a few new things, as well as a new portal location if I did want to change my player on house portal. So now the second chunk unlock for 70 fishing, and the final chunk unlock of the episode. And, you know, I saw this one when I was spinning earlier, and I was like, And, well, I can get there through the boat, I think. Yeah, this is the boat side of it. But, I really don't think there's anything here I care about right now, and I don't have a little bit of the chunks, though it does mean I am getting closer to the task-only shamans and raids, which... And I guess I'm also not terribly far at the Farming Guild, but that's, you know, more up this way, which I already could unlock. So, I don't know, not a terrible unlock, but not one I see being useful right now. But, yeah, so I'll probably just be AFKing here over the next bit, and in the next episode, hopefully I can get to some of those quests, lava dragons, and other stuff. I don't know, there's a lot of plans after this account, and right now I think it's just grinding out some stats AFK to hopefully get more chunk unlocks and get to some of the other things, because I'm very close to a lot of big unlocks, like fairy rings even, and that's going to definitely change up a lot. So, yeah, anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, goodbye.